Hey everyone, I hope you are all doing well. I just wanted to start off this video by saying a quick little update in regards to some of the recent videos and also what's going on here in this video. Well, with regards to the RS6, there's been a bit of movement. My brother's actually had everything posted. It's been on Birmingham Live, it's been on ITV, so it's actually being shared a lot. It's quite crazy. It's actually been on TV, so it's good that it's being pushed out like that, and hopefully it does get to the result where we can actually catch the criminals behind the theft of the RS6. Still not got it back. It's still with the police, so that's something that we're just gonna have to wait for and see where it goes. With regards to this install, this actually is the one that I did on the day that we picked the car up. So I do mention that in the beginning of the video. I've been editing it a little bit right now as well, but I felt like I needed to add something in, going off from the back of the last video, coming over to this one as well. Without further ado, I'll let you all enjoy the installation of the A3, which is pretty amazing, and I still can't believe I've worked on a brand new car like this. But yeah, I hope you all do enjoy the video. So let's jump to it. Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Wow, today's a crazy day. In fact, this morning was when I picked up the RS6 with my brother. What can I say? It's a pretty awesome day because it's another Audi in here right now. Got a brand new Audi A3 in. It's the A3 Saloon. It's a 21 plate, which I can't believe it. It's so cool to work on such a brand new car. In for ambient lights, which, as you all know, I'm gonna hook it up. The owner of the car hasn't really come up with anything in particular that they want. They've just kind of said, can you just do the ambient lighting? So I said, let's get it done. So I'm gonna strip apart the car, kind of go through it all. I'm gonna learn about it first because I don't think there's anything online about how to take this car apart. So I'm gonna take some time, learn about it all, take it all apart, and then I'll update you all on how I get along with regards to putting it all back together. It's gonna be really exciting to do an install on such a brand new car. Let's jump right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been busy. This has taken me some time, figure out the doors, figure out the dash and everything. I'm going to show you what it looks like right now so you can kind of understand the bit that I'm going through, and then once I start putting things back together, I'm going to go into a bit more detail as to how to remove it and also how to put it back together. So let's have a look inside the car. Well, this is the madness at the moment. Can you guys all see that? Let me get that on max brightness. So center console practically all off, glove box practically all off. What I'm doing right now is routing the wires for the footwells as well as the dash light. So the dash light's going to go all the way across the centerpiece here, and then the footwells are going to obviously be wired underneath, hidden away and stuff, one at the fronts and two behind the front seats. What I'm looking to do right now is routing the wire that's going to go across here, where the light's going to come across here, through and then out to the center console cigarette lighter here. So you could probably connect to a live and earth inside here, but the only reason why I didn't want to do that was because I don't like playing around with the fuse boxes too much. I need to get some more of those connector clips where you put a fuse in and then it makes a live, and then you just need to find an earth, which there's one over there, but leave that as it be. So that wire that I've got coming, well, that light that I'm going to have coming through here, I want to feed it through underneath here and over this way. So what I've done is cable tie up through here, and then one through this part of the dash going over here. That's basically going to give me the result that I'm looking for right now. Once I've done that, I'm not actually going to be able to complete that until I've got the glove box going back in. So let's have a look at the glove box. So with the glove box, you've got a few 8mm. So there's two here. You got the 3 at the top there, 1, 2, 3. You got one at the back there, and one over here with the centerpiece. And there's a little pop-up clip here. you just pop the panel off here, as like with many other Volkswagens and stuff. I'll show you that as I'm putting it all back together. And that's basically it. You got a few clips that you need to disconnect for the lights and stuff, but you do have a panel that goes through the middle there for the fuse box, but you don't really need to remove that. I did, just to make sure there's nothing behind there, but you don't need to do that. You can leave that in there and undo everything else. And yeah, that's it. Right, I'm going to show you all what I've done so far and what you would need to do to get to this place basically. So I've connected up the live and earth here to the cigarette lighter ports. So the yellow and blue is the live and the brown is the earth. You literally just pop this off. It's just held in here and then held in at the top here. I'll show you how to do that a little bit more in the when I get round. So to get all of this off, you probably saw it in the hyperlapse, but I'm just gonna go through in a little bit more detail here. So this is just pushed out from the bottom and then back towards you. So you kind of pull up here and then slide it out. This is held on by an 8mm here, which then allows you to pull this out forward. You can disconnect the wiring behind. So this entire panel just pops off. It's better to just grab it up here and then you just pull it out. And then this one here is, again, you just pop it up. You've got the clips on each side here and here, and you just pull it up and then out towards you, pulling it out from those 2 points. So that's quite simple for how to remove the center console area. For removing this panel, it is literally just a matter of popping this part out. And that's it for the side piece. So the only real 8mm that you need to remove is that one just there. That's the only one that you need for removing all of the center console section and everything. What I did do at the moment was just connect everything back up before I turned it on and off, just to kind of test the wiring, make sure the light kind of gives the look that I wanted it to. So everyone, I've got the missus behind the camera for me, which is gonna be really helpful right now because it's always hard to film these kind of things. So I've not seen anyone do a video on how to remove a door card for this generation of an Audi A3, so I thought I would do that. I've already kind of played around with the rear door and the other front passenger door, so I thought it'd be a good example to do it on the driver's door because that also has a few extra steps that you would probably need to take. The one thing I want to show right now is this panel is the speaker cover just here. This is one of the important panels that you need to remove. The reason why I want to show this one is because it gives you an idea of the areas that we're trying to get to. So there's 3 tabs just over here, and you got the 2 tabs over here, and then these 3 are slit in at the front. So as you can see, we need to pull it out from here and then be able to slide it all out. It is a bit tricky. Obviously when you're doing it now, it's a bit easier because you can see where these 3 are, but when you're doing it for the first time, you can kind of use this as a blueprint or an example of just roughly where to go. There's 3 bolts that hold the door card on the door. They're all T25s, I think they are. Once you get those 3 off, there's 2 behind here and 1 just under here. So I'm just using a couple of trim removal tools. So I'm just going to undo the one under here. They are quite long bolts, by the way. So take your time. There you go. That's that one off. And then to remove this one, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from this corner. There we go. That's 1. Popped up. 2. 3. These ones are a bit harder to get to, but there we go. So you slide that off, and then you got 2 screws just back in through here. So you got the one here and the other one here. Ooh. Don't lose them. Okay, and then using this trim removal tool or whichever trim removal tool you have, I'd start from the bottom. This just makes life a lot easier. Now I think there is another silver like little trim piece over here, but right, from here you want to kind of move the whole door card up and down, side to side. There you go, the left side is kind of coming off.
Clearly he didn't have lunch.
Didn't have wheat extra breakfast, that's what it is. There we go. Whew. And then this here, you gotta lift it, this white part here, and it pulls the whole thing off. This was the bit that was kind of being hard to pull off. I think for that, you probably just have to yank it towards you, because the thing goes in there. So yeah, I think you have to pull this part towards you, and that's it. That's how you remove the door card for 2021 Audi A3. It's pretty much the same for the rear doors as well. The only difference is that clip there is a different style clip, but literally other than that it's exact same. And literally to put it back on, it's pretty much the same. Just put it all back together first, line it up, jimmy it down, or just push it back into place. Just make sure that with this part up here and this part of the door card, you hook it over. You can kind of see how it curves a little bit over here. Because if you don't do that, it's not going to sit flush at the top, so you got to make sure you do that at the top there. Getting the door handle put in correctly onto the door handle there, and just connect that wire up. So everyone, to wire in the ambient lights, we're going to connect to these two here. The red one, or red and green, is a live, and the brown is an earth. They are both constant live and earth, so it means that when you're putting the window up and down, it's not going to turn it off. So to remove them, we just need to undo the clip, which means pulling out this red part here. It's quite hard to do, but yeah, you just have to basically do that, and then you'll be able to pull it open, pull it out, which will be really good. And yeah, that's right. So let's carry on with the rest of the install of me getting those wires ready, and I'll show you how it looks at the end. So everyone, what I'm doing right now is I'm working on the front passenger door, and I'm undoing the 3 bolts that hold the silver trim on over here. So 1, 2, 3. And then it's held in by 2 little clips, really. I don't know if they call them clips. There's this one clip here. It's a bit awkward to work with. And then just here, you gotta kind of pull it apart. And you gotta pull this out from here. So that's that one out. Gotta let this out here, and that's it. So this silver trim goes across. So that's the silver trim, it goes across here. Now, because the way the fitting is with this and here, to get the ambient light to go through, we need to drill a small little groove over here. Otherwise, the ambient light strip won't go underneath. So I'm just gonna get the drill, and we can. So just in this bottom right corner, it's gonna just start creating a little bit of a groove. So the important thing to do here is not to go down to this second curve here. Get to that point there. That should be enough. So what I'm doing here is with the tube, I'm actually doing this in reverse. Normally I like to work from the way out and then bring it into the door. But what I'm doing with this is working from in, bringing it out, because with the screws and stuff, you can actually tighten the tube in, which is exactly what we want, because then it gives you a nice finish. So because I need this to come out the other end, about, I don't know, 6-7 inches in, I'm just creating a little bit of a groove where this will basically be easier if I just cut into this. So this groove here, when we put this through, it can sit A little bit of this, just giving that little thing over here, which if I bring this back over, you can just test it. Sorry, babe. So you can just test it. You see, it now fits through there. So this is enough of a space for me to put the rest of it through. So all I'm literally going to do here is just line it all back in. Now that I know this goes through, roughly know how long of a length I need. It's alright, it's always better to go a little bit longer here. So from here, what you want to do is line up the screws again on the inside. Again, all you're trying to do right now is get the screws into the holes loose, purely because we're going to tighten them once we get the tube in the right place. So bring it back around, have a look at it. So you want to work from the beginning first. So work on the one outside. Tighten that one up. See, it's got a little bit of a kink there, which I'm not happy with. Just loosen it slightly. Enough to straighten that out. Thank you, wifey. Okay, and then once we've gotten the beginning part going through, kind of straighten it out up into the second hole. As you can kind of see there. Now with the third hole, before I do that, I'm going to first make sure I cut this to the right length that it needs to get to. So that's how much excess I had. So you want it to end there. And then because we put the little caps on the end, you get the little end. Now in the kit, you get loads of these end pieces. Cut it to make it a little bit smaller because you don't really want all that black stuff there. Just apply this on.
I'm doing this for free.
And then, and then tighten this up just over here. And that's it. You've got it all lined up in place.
Fabulous.
And now when you do the wiring with the rest of the kit, that will look flawless. So all we've got to do now is just, the brown is the earth, just like this. Connect up these really good connectors. Again, I'll leave a link for everything in the description below, so you guys can just find an easy way of buying all this. And just here as well. Key thing for me is safety first. You wanna do one at a time, just in case there's any current running through anything. You've got to protect yourself. So that's it connected up for the wiring harness, which goes in like that, but I'm going to leave that out for now. Up next we've got the kit, which comes with its little adapters. Just, oh no, sorry. So within the kit, I'm just going to grab one of the ambient lights. As you all know, I like to extend it a little bit more here. Get rid of some of that insulation, because then we can work off it comfortably like this. Just do your connections as you normally would. There we go. So these things are great because it literally means that you can just disconnect it whenever you want in the future as well. That's it, all connected up. Push that on, pull that red clip back in as well. This light will work, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some double-sided tape onto this, nice thick foam one, connect this up, connect this to the end inside here. So just here, I'm going to create another little groove here as well, so you can push this in, and then you'll be able to put the door card back on. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to say I finally finished with the car. I'm so impressed with how the finish has come out. I just want to show you all a little bit of what it's like, just to kind of let you all see how the finish is. So here is the door, for example. It probably stands out a little more in camera than it does in person. It's really hard to tell. I'll show you how the rear doors look as well. It's really hard to tell how it looks and with the lights off. But as soon as you turn the car on, got the footwell lights as well. I'm super happy with this. Now, a couple of things with the part of the dash here, it does actually run underneath here, but because the glove box is there, it can't be tucked in directly under the silver trim like it is over here. So I had to kind of run it just underneath it. So there is a little bit of a glow, but it's not as obvious as the rest. Let me turn off the lights so you can actually all see this properly. Ooh. Play around with some colors. It's not as obvious with this at the moment. I'll try and see if I can color grade this correctly to make it look a bit more like it does in person. So we've got that. It's got the footwells looking nice. Everything's coming out real clean. Again, the important thing here was a clean finish. The remote thing, is driving me crazy. But I'm gonna take some pictures right now. And yeah, it's been a very long time. It's actually 3 a.m. in the morning now by the time I finished. I started late because it got dropped off with me around 5 o'clock-ish. But yeah, so it's been an eventful day. There's been a lot of learning. I'm glad to help everyone with how to dismantle everything as well. Hopefully it does help you all if you ever do need to work on your car or something like that on the A3s. But yeah, thank you all for watching the video. I hope you all did enjoy it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, as well as consider subscribing to the channel to see more from me and more good car content coming your way. There's always going to be more and more. As much information as I can give you guys is always what I'm going to give you. Oh, and if you think I could have done anything different, leave it in the comments, please. Be sure to follow me on Instagram as well. I'm going to try and post a bit more regular stuff on there, just showing you a little bit more insight about me and everything. I just love Instagram. Instagram's the one for me. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. Bye.